I'd like to call this meeting of Bloomington School Board to order. It is Monday, August 24th. All board members are here and in attendance. Please stand and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Would someone like to move approval of the agenda?
So moved.
Second. All in favor of the agenda, please signify by saying aye.
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 And none opposed. Thank you. At this time, is there anyone who wishes to address the school board on an item that is not on the agenda? Seeing no one come forward, we'll move on. Would someone like to move approval of Part A?
So moved. Second.
Thank you. Part A includes our board business, minutes, personnel items, field trips, contracts, and finances. All in favor of Part A, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
None opposed. Thank you. Brings us to Part B, a cooperative sponsorship for Jefferson and Kennedy Girls Competitive Cheerleading Program. Would someone like to make that resolution?
I can get them.
Yeah, I've just lost it.
Paper off here.
Madam Chair,
Thank
be
you.
resolved that the School Board of Independent School District 271 approves a cooperative sponsorship for the Jefferson and Kennedy Girls Competition Cheerleading Program effective with the 2015-2016 school year.
Second. Thank you. Assistant Superintendent Melvey is here to discuss this sponsorship.
Thank you, Chair Bartolotta, members of the board, Superintendent Fujitaki. Minnesota State High School League allows 2 or more member schools to form a cooperative sponsorship for an activity or sport when the student participation numbers aren't high enough to support it on their own at a building. That would be the case with the competitive cheer. Numbers came in over the summer that facilitated or dictated the need to ask for this request. Jefferson has the larger number of students that would participate. And it's renewing from a few years ago, but once it's renewed, we don't have to renew again. It would be an ongoing agreement for the competitive cheer. The schools already have cooperative agreements in alpine ski, dance, gymnastics, girls hockey, Nordic ski, and wrestling. So at this point, administration recommends approval of the resolution.
Thank you. Does anyone have any questions or comments?
Yes, Mr. Melby, this doesn't apply to the various cheerleading activities at each of the sports. This is just for the
Competitive cheer. Yep, only.
Anyone else?
So in reading these documents, it has the breakdown per school, and there's only, is this correct, there's only 1 8th grader that was last year from Kennedy that wants to be in competitive cheer?
Right.
So is that person still interested in doing it in 9th grade?
That's why we're doing that.
Okay.
Yep.
All righty.
Any other questions? Hearing none, all in favor of this resolution, please signify by saying aye.
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 Any opposed? No. Next, we will have a motion regarding the approval of employment agreement extending the probationary period for a teacher. Someone like to make this resolution?
Madam Chair,
Director Burke.
be resolved the School Board of Independent School District 271 approve the employment agreement between the district and probationary teacher William Tabor, extending his probationary period.
Is there a second?
Second.
Thank you. Here we go. Would you like to speak to this issue, Mary? Our Director of Human Resources?
Sorry. This is just an extension of the agreement that we've done in the past. So it's the same thing that we've done in the past.
Okay. Does anyone have any questions for Mary? Go ahead, Director Bennett.
Yes, so can you kind of explain the situation here? I mean, is this person, so they were employed in the district as a teacher, and they, because of
Right.
lack of enrollment, their position was no longer around, so
Exactly.
they're going to be doing a long call sub next year? Is it the same
Yes.
position?
No, it's a different position. They elected to come back as a long call. But we usually will not bring back in a long call if it results in tenure. So in order to do that, they would have to give that up, and they are okay with that.
I guess the question is, why is it a long call and not just an actual teaching position? I've never seen a long call go from the entire school year. Is that typical? I mean,
Yeah, we have
I
a
use
lot
this
of
a couple
long calls.
months.
No, we have a lot of long call assignments that go the full year. We have a
Does-
lot of people who'll take a year off for childcare to
Okay.
stay home with their families. We have people who take a year off to go to like a TOSA position or another position in the district. So they'll leave their
Okay.
position for that entire school year.
So this person just filling someone else's
Yes.
position while they're taking a leave or something like that?
Exactly. Yep.
So this person, did they successfully complete their probation, the 3-year probation, and, or is it, I mean, how, where are they in the probationary period?
If they were to come back as a regular teacher, then they would be tenured.
So
But
if
this is
they,
a long call position, so they do not obtain tenure rights in a long call.
so then if they were to come next year, say there was a teaching position that they applied for and were granted, would they have to start their entire probation period over again?
I don't believe so in this case. I think in
Okay.
this case, if they came back into a full teacher contract, they would be tenured.
Oh, so if they came back the next year, they would be most likely tenured.
If they came back into a regular contract.
Okay. Okay, that makes a little more sense. Thanks.
Thank you. Any other questions? Comments? Hearing none, thank you. All in favor of this resolution, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? None. Thank you. That brings us to our PSEO contract between the Board of Trustees of the Minnesota State Colleges and Universities on behalf of the Hennepin Technical College and Independent School District 271.
Madam
Director
Chair,
Oliva.
be it resolved that the School Board of Independent School District 271 accepts the contract with the State of Minnesota acting through its Board of Trustees of the Minnesota State Colleges and Universities on behalf of Hennepin Technical College to provide PSEO instruction at the Bloomington Career and College Academy during the 2015-2016 school year.
Second. Thank you. Our Director of Community Education is here, Community Services, sorry. Tamara Sibb will take any questions, or do you have a statement?
Just to say that the resolution in front of you is to accept the contract with Hennepin Technical College. They are our partner in our IT pathway, and they will be teaching HTML, A+ hardware, software, network essentials, Windows Admin 1, CCNA, and we just really appreciate the partnership that we have with HTC and really growing this idea of bringing the MnSCU instructors to our campuses to provide this unique experience. So at this time, administration recommends approval if there are no questions.
Thank you. Any questions? Easy. Hearing none, all in favor of this resolution, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? None. That brings us to our policy review. We have policy 806, use of school facilities. Someone like to move that?
Yes.
Director Clown?
Resolved that the School Board of Independent School District 271 approves the second reading of revised policy 806, use of school facilities.
Second?
Thank you. Tamara's still here to talk about this one.
Yes, Madam Chair, Superintendent Fujitaki, members of the board, thank you. You have in front of you policy 806, and this is the second reading for the changes in the policy and the regulations. Just to update again, most of the focus was in policy 806 in section 2 in redefining groups renting our facilities, which class they fall under. That was the majority of the work. The rest was cleanup and updating of the policy. Are there any questions at this time?
Hearing, oh, keep thinking.
Well, no, I'm all in favor of approving it. There's a couple of just things that maybe we would look at in future policies that I just noticed, and it's like, for instance, the very first one, it's a completed facility use request form must be submitted to the building reservation office at least 10 working days prior. It says requests received less than 10 days prior may be denied. So in other words, it doesn't have to be received more than 10 days, it just, you might be denied if it's received less than 10 days. And then it sort of makes the assumption that, well, if I send it in 10 days in advance, then it'll be approved. So,
Do you want may to be changed to will?
I don't know, I mean, I don't know that that should stop us from approving this, but there's a couple of things like that that are just minor details that could be misinterpreted by someone if they're trying to go through this thing, if they need to send in the form, or when they need to send in the form, or who they need to send in the form to, or will it be approved for sure? And so maybe it's something that we should just sort of keep on our radar, that we should look at again shortly, just to make sure that there isn't going to be any conflicts. I don't know that there has ever been in the past with that, but I just noticed things like that.
Thank you. Anyone else? Questions, comments? Hearing none, all in favor of this resolution, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Next, we will have revised policy 208, school board policies.
Madam Chair.
Yes.
Be resolved that the School Board of Independent School District 271 approves the second reading of revised policy 208, school board policies.
Second.
Thank you. Our superintendent will address this.
Madam Chair, one of the school board's goals for 15-16 is to establish a school board policy committee. Proposed changes to the policy will allow or accommodate the establishment of this committee. After the first reading, there were no suggested changes to this policy. So administration still recommends approval by the board.
Thank you. Does anyone have any questions or comments regarding this policy? Hearing none. All in favor of this policy, please, this resolution, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
None opposed.
Thank you.
That brings us to board member reports. I always look to Director Burke.
Madam Chair.
He gets the ball rolling.
Well, I'll make this one a little brief. Had the pleasure of attending the new teacher welcome breakfast right here in the boardroom. It was last week early in the morning. It's nice to see some fresh, smiling faces. I do want to focus tonight on school safety. School's going to start next week. I'd like to talk a little bit about just getting back in the habit of watching out for the kids when they're on the buses, when they get off the buses. Some of the students are going to be new to buses. How does the bus work? There's my friend Joey or Sally, and they're going to run from the bus to their friend or to their teacher, and they may not be looking for traffic that's in our parking lots. And we do the best we can to make sure that the students are safe, but there are other parents that are dropping students off. And, you know, you kind of have to get back in the habit of going slow, going slow, looking, making sure that the kids are safe, making sure there's no one in front of you, behind you. So plan a little extra time, if you would, please, the first couple of weeks, just so you can figure out how to navigate the parking lots. The students can figure out how to navigate the parking lots. And then, once again, please remember that the stop arm on the bus, I think the best way to think of that is a red light. And you don't go until the red light turns green, in this case, when that stop arm is fully retracted to the bus. So when you see the stop arm out, it's a red light, and please stop. The only way that you can go is if there's a divided median, there's a cement divider between the lanes of traffic. If there isn't, even if you're way over on the right and the bus is way over on the left, you have to stop. There's a hefty fine, but besides the fine, we want to make sure that all of our students are safe. So for those of the folks that are watching at home, I know there's lots of you, please make sure that you spread the word, school's starting, and just remember, let's go a little slower and be safe and keep all our kids happy and safe. That's what I have.
Thank you. Does anyone else have anything? Director Steiger?
Yes, Thursday, I think it was Thursday, I have to get the right date, yes, Thursday, the Minnesota Wildlife Refuge had an event about monarch butterflies, focused on students like K through 5, I think, and our Office of Educational Equity provided a bus from Georgetown so that many of our students could attend, but I did not attend that part, but I hear it was very great, the kids had a great time. But also before the bus left and then when they came back, there was a chance, there was staff from OEE and staff from Georgetown Apartments giving out backpacks with school supplies to students that came to the office there that were through our various partners throughout the community. And so I spent a couple hours in the afternoon there donating or helping to pass out the backpacks. So I just want to thank you to all the partners that helped supply those things. And I saw many smiling little faces as they were getting their bags packed up and heading out the door. So it's great that we can help get so many kids ready for school in our community. So just thank you to the partners.
Thank you. Anyone else? Hearing none, that'll bring us to our superintendent's report.
Great, thank you. Administration requests a motion to establish a joint meeting of the school board and the city council for Tuesday, September 22nd at 7 p.m. in the city council chambers. A topic of discussion will be the concept of
Someone make that motion?
So moved?
Second.
Thank you. All in favor of a joint meeting with the city council on Tuesday, September 22nd at 7 p.m., please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed?
Okay, because the September 14th scheduled school board meeting agenda is really light, and in consideration of the just established joint meeting between the school board and city council, the administration, in consultation with the board chair, is recommending that we cancel the September 14th school board meeting.
So moved.
Second.
That was quick.
Okay, all in favor of
So is the
the,
idea that the agenda items will be moved to the
the
28th?
Yes, the later board meeting in the month.
Yes.
Yeah, done.
Done.
Steigy.
All in favor of the motion to cancel the September 14th board meeting, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
None opposed. Thank you.
Okay, I have two more things for the public. Elementary and middle school have open houses on Thursday, August 27th. Please check with your schools for the start times of these open houses, or the times of these open houses. The second announcement is the first day of school for the 15-16 school year. And we will be starting before Labor Day, everyone. The first day for students in grades 1 through 12 is September 1st. Kindergarten students have a modified day on September 1st, and begin classes on September 2nd. So the kindergarten parents should check with their respective schools for what the modified day is scheduled. That concludes my report. Thank you.
Thank you. Is there any other business?
Yeah, I almost forgot to let you know that, as you know, I'm the board representative for the Association of Metropolitan School Districts. And I was nominated by the executive committee to be the new member for the legislative committee for AMSD, and I was elected last Friday. So
Congratulations.
I'll be there for 3 years, hopefully.
Thank you. All right, any other business? Hearing none, this meeting is adjourned.